The great galactic arena was louder than ever. Thousands of alien voices filled the massive hall. Creatures of every shape and size sat in floating seats, watching the center platform with excitement and laughter. On that platform stood Earth's first prototype. Compared to the others, he looked weak. He was small. No armor plates covered his body. No glowing weapons floated near his hands. Just a human in a simple dark suit, standing still. The aliens laughed. Some pointed their claws at him. Others mocked his thin arms and slow breathing. To them, this was not a warrior. This was a joke. The Galactic Council had invited Earth to present its first military creation. Many believed humans were brave, but foolish. This moment, they thought, proved it. High above them all, seated on a throne of living crystal, was the alien queen. Her eyes glowed with calm power. Beside her sat her daughter, the princess. The princess leaned forward. Her gaze never left the human. While others laughed, she smiled. The human handler noticed it. He felt a chill run through his spine. He had read the reports. He knew the stories that were never spoken out loud. The handler slowly stepped closer to the prototype and whispered, "We are leaving now." The human did not argue. He did not look afraid. He simply turned and began to walk away from the platform. That was when the laughter stopped. The alien queen stood. Her movement alone silenced the arena. Her voice echoed through every level of the hall. "Human," she said slowly, "why are you running away from my daughter?" Every eye turned toward them. The human stopped. For a moment, no one breathed. The handler froze, fear clear on his face. He knew refusing the queen was death. But allowing the encounter could be worse. The human turned around. He looked up at the queen, then briefly at the princess. His face showed no pride, no anger, only focus. He spoke in a calm voice. "Because your daughter does not play games." A soft murmur spread through the crowd. The queen raised an eyebrow. "And what does she do, human?" The princess smiled wider. The human answered, "She hunts." Silence crashed down on the arena. The laughter did not return. The queen studied him carefully now. This was not the reaction she expected. Most species begged. Most tried to impress. This one warned her. "You insult my daughter with fear," the queen said. "No," the human replied. "I respect her." That answer caused a ripple of unease. The princess slowly stood from her seat. Her presence alone bent the air around her. Several alien spectators leaned back, suddenly uncomfortable. She stepped closer to the edge of the platform above. "Why would a weak creature fear me?" she asked softly. "Unless it knows something the rest do not." The human met her eyes. "Because I was built to survive," he said. "Not to entertain." The handler swallowed hard. This was going wrong. The queen descended from her throne, floating down until she stood only meters away from the human. "You are Earth's first prototype," she said. "The galaxy expected failure." The human nodded once. So did Earth. That single sentence changed the air. The queen's expression hardened. "Explain." The human took a slow breath. "I am not proof of our strength," he said. "I am proof of what happens when you push humans to the edge." The princess tilted her head, curiosity replacing amusement. The human added one final sentence, quiet but sharp. "And if you force me to stay, I will adapt." For the first time in centuries, the alien queen felt something unfamiliar. Concern. The galactic arena remained silent long after the human finished speaking. No one laughed now. The mocking smiles had faded. The alien queen slowly walked in a circle around the human prototype. Her steps were calm, but her eyes were sharp. She was no longer judging him as entertainment. She was studying him as a threat. "You speak like one who has faced death many times," the queen said. "But you look like someone who should not have survived even once." The human did not respond right away. He stood still, hands relaxed, breathing steady. He knew every movement was being watched. From the high seats, alien commanders whispered among themselves. They could not understand it. The human body showed no signs of enhancement. No visible weapons. No energy shield. Only scars. Small marks covered his arms and neck. Old. Healed. Earned. The princess noticed them. "You were tested before you came here," she said. "It shows." "Yes," the human replied.
"Bij my overkant."
That answer disturbed the arena more than any threat. The queen stopped in front of him. "Explain," she demanded. The human looked past her, toward the distant stars visible through the arena's open ceiling. "Earth did not build me to impress the galaxy," he said. "They built me to fail first." Confused murmurs spread again. The handler stepped forward carefully, his voice shaking. "Earth's prototype program was not about power," he said. "It was about limits." The queen turned her gaze toward the handler. "Limits of what?" "Fear," the handler answered. "Pain. Survival." The human continued. "I was placed in environments where no one should live. Cold worlds. Burning deserts. Zero gravity zones. Darkness without sound." The princess listened closely now. "They watched what broke me," the human said. "And what did not?" An alien general scoffed. "Many species train this way." The human looked at him. "Yes," he said. "But most remove fear from their soldiers." The arena grew quiet again. "Humans do not," the human added. "They feed it." The princess stepped down from her platform and landed softly on the arena floor. Her presence caused the ground to crack slightly beneath her feet. "You feared my power," she said. "That is why you ran." "No," the human corrected. "I feared the unknown." That made her pause. "I did not know if you would test me," he continued, "or enjoy breaking me." The princess smiled faintly. "Would it matter?" "Yes," the human replied. "Because humans respond differently when cornered." The queen raised her hand, and the arena lights dimmed. "Show me," she said. A hologram appeared in the air. Images of the humans past flickered into view. A young man crawling through frozen ruins. The same man screaming underwater as oxygen failed. The same man standing alone while automated weapons fired around him. Alien spectators shifted uncomfortably. "He survived because he learned," the handler said. "He adapted." The hologram changed again. It showed the human-facing creatures larger than himself. Stronger. Faster. Each time, he fell. Each time, he stood again. The princess narrowed her eyes. "You were designed to suffer," she said. "Yes," the human answered. "So the next ones would not have to." That sentence landed heavily. The queen turned back to the human. "You are not our enemy," she said slowly. "But you are not harmless either." The human nodded once. "I was never meant to be," he said. The princess took one step closer. "Then let us test what you truly are," she said. The arena floor shifted. A challenge was coming. And the galaxy was no longer laughing. The arena floor shifted under everyone's feet. Massive metal plates moved apart, revealing a circular combat zone beneath the platform. The alien queen raised her hand. "This will not be a fight," she said. "This will be a test." Energy fields rose around the human and the princess, sealing them inside the circle. The crowd leaned forward. No one spoke. The princess stepped closer. Up close, she was terrifying. Her eyes glowed like living stars. The air around her vibrated with power. "You may leave at any time," she said calmly. "If you can." The human took a slow breath. His heart rate increased slightly. Not from fear, but readiness. "Understood," he said. The princess lifted one hand. The gravity inside the field suddenly changed. The human was slammed to the ground as if the weight of a planet pressed onto him. Several aliens gasped. Bones should have shattered. Organs should have failed. But the human screamed and pushed. His muscles strained. Blood ran from his nose. Yet, inch by inch, he forced himself onto one knee. The princess watched with open interest. "You resist," she said. "Most cannot." "Humans practice," the human replied through clenched teeth. She increased the pressure. The ground cracked beneath him. His vision blurred. Every instinct told him to stop. Instead, he adjusted his stance. His breathing changed. Slower. Controlled. Sensors in the arena flashed warnings. The human body was adapting. The queen narrowed her eyes. The princess lowered the gravity suddenly. The human collapsed forward, catching himself just in time. Before he could recover, a wave of mental pressure struck him. Images flooded his mind. Fear. Loss. Isolation. Scenes of failure played again and again. Alien spectators smiled. Mental attacks were where most species broke. The human trembled. His hands shook. His jaw tightened. Then something unexpected happened. He laughed. A short, broken laugh escaped his lips. "You think this is new," he said quietly. "We live with this." The mental pressure weakened. The princess stepped back slightly, surprised. She changed tactics. Energy formed around her fingers, sharp and bright. She moved faster than sound. In a blur, she struck. The human barely avoided the blow. The energy sliced past his shoulder, burning fabric and skin. Pain exploded. But the human rolled, stood, and repositioned himself instantly. No panic. No wasted movement. Only learning. Each strike that followed came closer. Each time, the human moved better. Smarter. Alien commanders whispered urgently. "He is predicting her." That should be impossible. The princess paused, breathing heavier now. "You are changing," she said. "Yes," the human answered. "That is what we do." The queen stood slowly. She could see it clearly now. This was not strength built in a lab. This was survival earned through suffering. The princess attacked one final time, with full power. The human did not dodge. He stepped forward. The impact sent a shockwave across the arena. Energy burst outward, cracking walls and shaking seats. When the light faded, the crowd froze. The human stood on one knee. Alive. The princess stood as well, staring at her hand. Her energy had been stopped. Not blocked. Redirected. Silence filled the arena. The princess slowly lowered her arm. "I see now," she said softly. The queen spoke, her voice heavy. "This was your first prototype," she said. "What are the others like?" The human looked up. "They learned from me," he said. The arena understood the truth at last. This was only the beginning. The galactic arena no longer felt like a place of judgment. It felt like a place of learning. The alien queen slowly descended into the combat circle. Her guards remained behind. For the first time, she stood before a being she did not fully understand. The human prototype remained on one knee. His body shook slightly from exhaustion. Pain burned through his muscles. Still, he did not lower his head. The princess watched him closely. There was no anger in her eyes now. Only curiosity. And something close to respect. "You stopped my strike," she said quietly. "Not with strength. But with timing." The human nodded. "I learned when to move," he said. "Because I learned when I failed." The queen looked at him sharply. "Your species embraces failure," she said. "That is rare." "Yes," the human replied. "Because failure keeps us alive." The queen turned to the crowd. "You all laughed at Earth's first prototype," she said. "You saw weakness." She turned back to the human. "What you truly built," she continued, "was endurance." The human slowly stood. Every movement was controlled. Careful. "We were never the strongest," he said. "We were never the fastest." The arena listened. "But we survived storms. Cold. Fire. Predators." Images of Earth appeared in holograms above them. Wild oceans, burning deserts, frozen lands. We adapted, the human said, because we had no choice. An alien elder spoke from the crowd. Other species removed fear to advance. The human looked at him. We kept it, he said. Fear tells us when to run, when to fight, when to change. The princess crossed her arms. You feared me, she said. And yet you faced me. Yes, the human answered. Fear does not stop humans. It teaches us. The queen was silent for a long moment. Then she asked the question every being feared. How many more prototypes does Earth have? The human did not answer right away. The handler stepped forward. This one, he said, was never meant to win. The arena stirred. He was meant to break, the handler continued, to show us what breaks first. The princess's eyes widened slightly. The human spoke again. They watched where I failed, he said. Where my body gave up. Where my mind nearly quit. He looked directly at the queen. And they fixed it, he said. In the next versions. The silence became heavy. You are saying, the queen said slowly, that Earth improved by watching you suffer. Yes, the human replied. And by surviving it. The princess stepped closer. Then why are you here, she asked. If stronger ones exist. The human smiled faintly. Because someone had to speak first, he said. Someone had to show you what humans become under pressure. The queen closed her eyes briefly. When she opened them, her expression had changed. Earth is dangerous, she said. Not because of its weapons. She looked around the arena. But because it learns. The princess nodded once. You did not challenge me to dominate, she said. You challenged me to understand. The human lowered his head slightly. Not in submission. In acknowledgement. The queen raised her voice. Let it be known, she declared, that Earth is no longer underestimated. The arena remained silent. Not in fear, but in respect. And far beyond the stars, Earth waited. The galactic arena did not cheer. It did not whisper. It remained completely silent. The alien queen stood at the center, her gaze fixed on the human prototype. For the first time in her long reign, she felt uncertainty. You have shown restraint, she said. You could have pushed further. The human shook his head slowly. I was not built to conquer, he said. I was built to endure. The princess stepped forward and bowed her head slightly. A gesture no one expected. You faced me without hatred, she said. You adapted instead of attacking. The human returned the bow. That is how humans survive, he said. The queen turned toward the Galactic Council. You laughed at Earth, she said firmly. You called them weak. Her voice echoed across the arena. But weakness does not learn like this. Screens around the arena lit up. They showed data collected during the test. Heart rate spikes. Neural adaptation curves. Recovery speed. Numbers that should not exist. An alien scientist spoke in disbelief. This response rate is impossible. The handler stepped forward. It is normal, he said. For humans pushed to the edge. The queen looked back at the human. One final question, she said. If this was Earth's first prototype, what comes next? The human took a deep breath. This one, he said, was designed to fail. The words struck like thunder. He showed us our limits, the human continued. He showed us fear. The handler finished the thought. And the next ones, he said, are designed to win. The princess clenched her hand slowly. How many? She asked. The human looked up at the stars above the arena. Enough, he said, to make sure we are never helpless again. The queen closed her eyes. When she opened them, her decision was made. Earth will not be challenged, she declared. Earth will be observed. A pause. And respected. The arena reacted at last. Not with applause, but with understanding. The Galactic Council recorded the moment into history. The day humanity stopped being ignored. As the human turned to leave, the princess spoke one last time. "If we meet again," she said, "will you still run?" The human paused. "No," he said. "Next time, I will stand." Far away, beyond alien borders and ancient empires, Earth continued its work. New prototypes. New failures. New lessons. The galaxy had laughed at the first step. They would never laugh again. Because humans did not need to be perfect. They only needed time.